Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for some indie comic reviews, and for these indie comic reviews I'll be covering some free comic book day titles that I managed to collect. Firstly we have The World of Archie, followed by Gun Honey, and last but not least Sonic the Hedgehog. I'll now get things ready and organised for the first one I'll be reviewing. So first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect anything inside with the stories? It certainly does, to which I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Next is the area of the internal art, as we have a look around the beginning, the middle, and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So within this free comic book day special, we actually get a bit of some anthology of like different stories that are taking place within the world within the Archie universe and the area of Riverdale. We of course get to catch up with many members that make up the cast and crew, to a bit of a race that takes place. We of course get to catch up with some of the new characters that have been introduced into this universe, and last but not least the appearance of Sabrina. For the internal art, I give it a 7 out of 10. Next is the area of the story. Well, I'll be rating all the stories as one story. But of course, before that, we move into the time, location, and cast. First things first, in the area of time, we have last week and also next morning being used. In the location, we get a lodge manor, as well as Riverdale itself. Last but not least, the cast of characters consisting of Betty, Veronica, Archie, Cassie Cloud, Jughead, Raj, Randolph, Daisy, Sabrina, Serena, Jughead, I think I might have covered, and one other person. My overall rating for this is a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into Gun Honey. So, as we move into Gun Honey, Double Down, the free comic book day issue. First things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that's happening inside with the story? It certainly does, to which I give the cover a 7.5 out of 10. Next is the area of the internal art, as we have a look around the beginning, the middle, and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. Of course, with this we do get a bit of a refresher as to what has been happening with the character during this story, which has been happening at Dynamite. Of course, we're introduced to the main character, who is by the name of, I think it's Joanna. And she has a bit of an encounter with a friend by the name of Olga. As we start to move towards the middle of the story, we get quite a number of events that take place, including some assassinations. And last but not least, towards the end, there is some additional content provided. For the internal art, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Next is the area of the story. So first things first, do we get anything time-wise? No, we don't. Next is location. Not at all. Last but not least, the only thing, or the key cast of characters that actually seem to have stood out in the story were Joanna, who is sort of like the main character, and last but not least, Olga, who she had a discussion with. My overall rating for the story is a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the Sonic the Hedgehog one. So now we move into the Sonic the Hedgehog free comic book day issue. So first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that's happening inside with the story? It certainly does, to which we get to see the appearance of Tails also make an appearance in the story, to which I give it a 7 out of 10. Next is the area of the internal art, as we have a look around the beginning, the middle, and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So as the story begins, we sort of hear from Sonic around the beginning, especially on the first page, the page before this one, of his encounters with Dr. Eggman, and that actually stands out quite a bit, and also what he's sort of like doing and using to sort of like terrify the people and this is where he must come in and prevent any more people being harmed by his actions. This is to where we get an encounter with Tails, as he also goes out of his way to begin to help him out. And last but not least, towards the end, to which we see Sonic the Hedgehog has a crosshair on him. For the internal art, I give a 7.5 out of 10. Next is the area of the story rating. First things first, was there anything time-wise? No, there wasn't. Location? None at all. Though it would not have hurt to include it, as it may have actually raised the score. Last but not least, we have the cast of characters from Sonic the Hedgehog, Dr. Eggman, Tails, of course, Amy, and Dr. Eggman's robots that he sends out to attack the citizens. My overall rating for the story is a 7 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have an awesome day.